The BDN Main Game of the Week is presented by Quirk Auto Group. It's your car. Find it at Quirk. The BDN Main Game of the Week is also brought to you by Tradewinds Markets, Greenway Equipment Sales, Dean's Detailing, and by Bangor Savings Bank, Northeast Driving School, and Digital Workshop. The BDN Main Game of the Week is a production of Sportsnet Maine. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the BDN Main Game of the Week. Tonight we feature the Foxcroft Academy Ponies and the homestanding MCI Huskies. I'm Jim Churchill, joined on the broadcast tonight by Ernie Clark from the Bangor Daily News. Ernie, let's start with the Foxcroft Academy Ponies, Class D, number one right now.
Number one and riding a 5-game winning streak since an opening loss to Madison. Playing very well, spread offense, scoring a lot of points, and MCI will be one of the better teams they've played since that opening week loss, so this will be a good measuring stick for the Ponies with just one more game to go before the playoffs start.
MCI coming off a great season last year, stepping up a class though, finding things a little more difficult, but still a very good team under Tom Bertrand.
Yeah, pretty solid. 3-3 as we play tonight. Foxcroft and the MCI kind of switched positions. Foxcroft was in Class C for the last couple of years, now in Class D. MCI moved up by enrollment from Class D to Class C after winning the state championship last year in Class D and being a 3-time defending Northern Maine Class D champion. So a step up in competition with a lot of new players, really a freshman at quarterback, for instance. And so they've adjusted to that, been a little bit up and down, but 3-3 kind of reflects that. But with two very point-worthy games to end the season against Foxcroft and Winslow, really a chance to make a statement before they go into postseason play.
It's a great night for football here under the lights in Pittsfield. Up next, it's the Ponies and Huskies, and it's the BDN Main Game of the Week.
It's your picnic table and your park bench. It's your hotel room, your office, and your nursery. It's your first date and a shoulder to cry on. It's your barbershop, your dance floor, and your toolbox. It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
What do you get when you combine pure diesel power with 1,600 pounds of raw iron and steel? Meet the 2R series from John Deere. Up to 32 horsepower, 4-wheel drive, cruise control, and a 6-year powertrain warranty that's best in its class. This rugged workhorse won't make your breakfast, but with quick attach features, you can do pretty much anything else. Ride one today at your John Deere dealer.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
Since 2006, we've offered free ATMs worldwide to our customers, saving them over $16 million. Bangor Savings Bank. You matter more.
And welcome back to Alumni Fields here at Maine Central Institute, better known as MCI. Jim Churchill, along with Ernie Clark from the Bangor Daily News. Happy to have you with us tonight for the BDN Main Game of the Week. Should be an interesting one. Ernie, we've got the Foxcroft Academy Ponies. They are rolling at 5-1 against MCI, again stepping up to Class C, finding things a little more difficult, but they have a talented team, enough talent back this year to give Foxcroft a good game.
Yeah, head of school, Arnold Shorey, Tim Smith, the athletic director, located in a fine Central Maine community, Dover, Foxcroft, Maine. Enrollment of about 450, including a couple of dormitories with international students. And as you mentioned, the Ponies on a roll, relatively speaking, here with 5 wins in a row, going into what should be a pretty good test here tonight.
Yeah, and we saw them in our first game of the season. Nick Clausen, talented quarterback. He's got over 1,100 total yards on the season, double digits in passing touchdowns. He's also got 9 touchdowns running as well, Ernie.
Yeah, he's a dual threat. He's a senior. He's been playing quarterback for a couple of years now, and he is that two-way threat, both with the run and with the pass. Got a couple of talented receivers in Hyatt Smith and Jeremy Richard, as well as McCaleb Niles running back in the backfield that gives Foxcroft a lot of offensive weapons.
And the MCI Huskies, 3-3, had a pretty good year last year, Ernie.
Yeah, certainly did. Won a state championship in the last minute, a botched field goal they scored a touchdown on, and and put one in. I think it was their first state championship since 1974. But coming off 3 straight LTC championships, and now they get moved up to Class C, where the schools are bigger and the competition a little bit stiffer. But Christopher Hopkins, the head of school, and Jim Leonard, veteran athletic director in the state of Maine, and about 450 students here too, so really not that much difference enrollment-wise. Foxcroft, one of the biggest schools in Class D, MCI, one of the smallest schools in Class C.
All right, 2 teams making their way out onto the turf here at Alumni Field. And it's going to be the Ponies kicking off to MCI to get this one underway. Conditions here tonight, Ernie, very good once again, but there is a little chill in the air here.
A little chill in the air, a breeze. I noticed when I first got out of my car about an hour ago, I wasn't really ready for the coolness of the breeze, but the breeze has died down a little bit. You see the flags on the goalpost moving ever so slightly, but shouldn't be that much of a factor.
And a squib kick here, and it's going to be bobbled initially and then swarmed under there for MCI, number 14. That's Andrew Whitaker, Jr. Good job there corralling that football. The Ponies were there to make the tackle, but it's going to be MCI football to get things underway here.
Yeah, Ryan Friend, a freshman, has been the starter at quarterback throughout the season for the Huskies, number 5 behind center, and a couple of pretty solid running backs, in particular Adam Bertrand, coach's son.
And here's the handoff, and here go the Huskies. They got a chance to get on the board early, heading down the sideline and being collared down. So second down, short yardage, inside the 10, inside the 5 actually, of the Ponies. And the give and the attempt outside, nothing doing there. Adam Bertrand, the senior running back, son of Coach Tom Bertrand.
Bertrand again on the carry.
Did get the first down, however, so inside the 5 yard, looks to be about the 4.
Testing our eyesight again, Ernie. It's never a good thing. Here's Matos getting the call, and Matos got a touchdown. So Foxcroft riding that 5-game win streak. The extra point is good. And the Huskies are up in this one 7-0.
Now the question becomes, what can their defense do in terms of trying to stop the Foxcroft Academy Ponies, who have been a high-scoring lot really throughout the season?
7-0. MCI will now kick it off to Foxcroft. See what the Ponies can do with their first possession of the night. Foxcroft under Danny White. He's in his 9th season. Seems hard to believe, Ernie. 9 seasons for Danny White as the head coach. First in Class D North. Lost their first game of the season, 49-28 to Madison, but then wins over Dexter, Washington Academy, Bucksport, Orono, and Mount View. And a short kick here, and Foxcroft will start with just about the same field position as MCI had in their first possession, as things will get going at the 36 of the Ponies.
Yeah, again, squib kicks both ways. There are certainly threats on both special teams in terms of the return game, and I think both coaches are aware of that, deciding to give up decent field position but not give up the big play off the kickoff return.
Nick Clausen, the quarterback for the Ponies. He's a 5'8" senior. And he's going to give it to the lone running back there for the Ponies. That's going to be number 22, getting up from underneath the pile, McCaleb Niles. He was very active in that first game that we carried this year, Ernie, against Dexter.
Yeah, he's their primary ball carrier other than Clausen. Clausen will run the ball quite a bit. I would guess probably somewhere around 15 to 17 times, and Niles might get the same amount of carries. Of course, it depends on how the game evolves and whether Foxcroft is behind or ahead.
Niles, a junior. He's to the right side of Clausen. Fake to Niles. Clausen keeps it. Clausen straight up the gut. He's going to lose the football. It's going to be picked up by MCI and tackled.
Great field position for the Huskies.
Bertrand caught in the backfield. He's going to be spun down. That'll be a loss for the Huskies. He loses a couple there. So Will Russell with the fumble recovery for MCI. He's just a sophomore.
MCI only starts 4 seniors on defense. So, I mean, we talk about the success they've had in the past. They've also turned over a lot of their roster from the last couple of years, too.
And this time the Huskies go straight up the middle. And the carry there for Matos. Matos, who had the touchdown in the first possession for MCI. Also had a big 51-yard run.
Yeah, he's got breakaway speed to the outside. A great compliment, really, to Adam Bertrand, who's the power runner in the middle and can take it right up through the field, bounce off tacklers, and make gains that way. Matos, get him to the outside and watch him go.
Friend hands it off to Bertrand. Bertrand looking for first down yardage. He's got it. Gets over the 45 of Foxcroft. So they'll move the chains.
Gain of just over 7 on the play, and enough for another MCI first down.
First down, Huskies.
First and 10 from the 44-yard line.
Ryan Friend, the quarterback. 48 for 100 in passing, coming in for 661 yards. And it's going to be the Huskies keeping it on the ground again. Another big gain. Friend wheels, hands it off to Matos. Matos has a hole on the left side, and he's got another first down.
Matos on the carry.
So MCI marching up the field once again here against this Foxcroft Academy defense.
Really moving the ball at will right now. Churning out chunks of yardage, and first downs are coming pretty easy.
It's a pretty big offensive line out there for MCI.
Yeah, it really is.
Here's the fake by Friend, now looking downfield. Pulls it down, nothing there. Now a short pass to the near side. It's going to be taken in by Bertrand. He loses the football, but it's going to go out of bounds.
Gain of 2 on the play. Bertrand a gain of 4. Third down and a yard to go.
Third down and 1 for MCI. 7:04 left to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 Huskies. Here's the handoff to Matos. He has been busy, and he'll fall inside the 10-yard line. Going to take it down to about the 7-yard line. So that'll be another first down.
Yeah, again, everything's 4, 5, 6, 7 yards by the Huskies. Really, Foxcroft's defense unable to stop them at this point.
And this time it's going to be Bertrand, and he'll be gang tackled, but continues to churn those legs, and he's going to take it down to about the 3-yard line.
4 yards. Second down and goal to go from the 3-yard line.
And MCI knocking on the door once again. Huskies use those big poster boards to relay their plays to the huddle.
I've never figured it out, how they do it in combination with signals from the coaches.
And now it's going to be Bertrand powering his way into the end zone. And what a start for MCI here.
Second play, good game, just a good hit by MCI, forced that turnover. Russell there to make the recovery to give MCI great field position, and down the field they go.
BDN Main Game of the Week brought to you by Quirk Auto Group. It's your car. Find it at Quirk. So 14-0. Pony's going to get the football back here, but they've got some work to do. They have plenty of time. 6:13 left to go in the first quarter here tonight. MCI controlling the line of scrimmage, though, Ernie. That offensive line is
103 rushing yards, and we've only played less than half the first quarter.
All right, it's going to be Will Russell doing the honors here for MCI. And a little pooch kick is going to be fielded and downing it near the 40-yard line. Number 27, that's
Have to change how they play. They just have to execute a little bit better than certainly they did that first possession.
Clausen wheels, fires to the right. The pass is complete, heading upfield, and close to first down yardage is Richard. 9 yards after the catch. He's going to be about foot and a half shy of first down yardage.
It's one of those little Edelman-type passes, Wes Welker-type passes. Richard, not a big receiver, a little limping action here as he lines up for the next play, but great possession receiver and very quick with his feet once he does get the ball.
And here's Clausen taking it himself. He's got the first down.
Boy, but great possession receiver and very quick with his feet once he does get the ball.
And here's Clausen taking it himself. 48 of MCI. Huskies on top, 14-0. Clausen fading back the pass, fires downfield. The pass is up for grabs. It's going to be caught. It's going to be caught by Hyatt Smith, and he'll take it in for the touchdown.
All for naught as a holding penalty near midfield as Clausen was setting up to make that long throw, wipes that out, and now you've had a fumble and a touchdown negating penalty here in Foxcroft's first 4 or 5 plays from scrimmage, and that's something that you can't have if you're going to defeat a good team.
That is not how Danny White drew it up.
No, that wasn't in his first 15 plays by any stretch.
Clausen back to the air, working out of the shotgun, fires to the near side. Pass intended for Richard. It's off his right hand and into the MCI sideline. You're right, Ernie. Richard, a bit of a limp there in his giddy up.
Yeah, that first reception he made, he got hit on the tackle, pretty solid hit, and still nursing that just a little bit, trying to run it off.
Clausen out of the shotgun, pulls it down, takes it himself, almost tripped up, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, stiff arm, gets him around another Husky, and finally he's ridden out of bounds.
He's got speed when he gets the outside, but he's also got a lot of strength.
Clausen rolling to his right, and he connects. On the receiving end there is Jeremy Richard.
Clausen's pass complete to Jeremy Richard.
That's typically what you see is Richard will run the short patterns and Smith will go deep.
Matos the tackle for MCI.
From the 27-yard line.
2nd down and 5 after the long gain by Clausen. And then the short pass to Richard. And this time the handoff to Niles. And Niles is going to break a couple of tackles. He's going to get around a couple of defenders. Still on his feet. Nice gain. Here's Clausen working the right side. And pretty good first down yardage there for the Pony quarterback.
Gain of 6 on the play.
6-yard gain.
4 to go from the 5-yard line.
BDN Main Game of the Week brought to you by Tradewinds. Crazy Boat Football Contest back at Tradewinds. They also have the happy hour specials and the Sunday football specials. Bundle deal, $12.99, a family-sized pizza and 1 pound of wings, 1 pound of crispy fries.
Touchdown there, and a badly needed touchdown for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies to get themselves right back into this game.
Yeah, after a very tough first 7 minutes of this ball game, the Ponies respond with a touchdown of their own. Yeah, Stedman has a very impressive leg, and the kickoff here. Going to boot this one on the ground, picked up at the 30 by MCI, taking it towards the Foxcroft sideline, and picking up about 5 yards there is David Young on the return. Young, a senior.
return of just over 10 yards, and MCI will have 1st and 10 across the 40-yard line.
MCI's third possession. They've scored on each of the first two. And the give there to Bertrand.
Matthew Spooner in on the tackle.
He is a workhorse, and he's going to pick up about 3 on that first down play.
A good hit by Matt Spooner, one of the linebackers, number 14 for Foxcroft. But it's pretty hard to keep Bertrand from falling forward once he has the ball and some momentum.
Bertrand coming into the action here tonight, 563 yards on 89 carries and 9 touchdowns. And this time it's Seth Buzzle.
Once he has the ball and some momentum.
Bertrand coming into the action here tonight, 563 yards on 89 carries. Matos. And this time it's going to be Bertrand. He's got good first down yardage, still on his feet. Once again, they go to Bertrand. Bertrand inside the 30. He'll be wrestled down at about the 23-yard line. Why would MCI do anything different, Ernie?
Really, there's no reason why they wouldn't any different. That time from the 37 to the 23, a 14-yard gain there after an 11-yard gain on the play before.
So Danny White and his Chargers talking it over.
This is just a physical battle that MCI is winning right now, both at the line of scrimmage. And then when you have number 56 in the backfield, you figure that's a power-oriented running attack, because 56 is usually a lineman's number, but certainly MCI, all three of their running backs, Buzzle, Bertrand in particular, and Matos are not going backwards, to be sure. Well over 100 yards in the first half. It was 104 after the last touchdown, and so far in this possession, they've had gains of 4, 11, 13, and 8. So that's 37 yards. They're up close to 150 yards of rushing offense here in the first quarter.
Here's the handoff to Bertrand again. And Adam, not much give in that Pony defense after the timeout. 2-yard gain for Bertrand. BDN Main Game of the Week brought to you by Greenway Equipment. For the best in John Deere sales and service is Greenway Equipment with 2 locations in Bangor and Ellsworth. Visit them at greenwayequipment.com. Like them on Facebook, Greenway Equipment. Nothing runs like a deer. Here's MCI on the attack again. They keep it on the ground.
That's Buzzle.
And Buzzle gets the carry this time. And another first down for MCI.
First and 10 from the 11.
What a luxury when your third option in your running attack, Seth Buzzle, gains of 11, 8, and 9 yards on his 3 carries. That's 4 first downs on this drive.
And here's Matos. He breaks a tackle in the backfield.
Now it looks like we've got a flag
offside
on Foxcroft.
Foxcroft Academy penalty for encroachment.
Not something the Ponies can afford at this point.
Their second penalty of the game. And now it becomes second and much more manageable for MCI.
Second at about 7. Friend rolls to his right. He's got a man wide open in the end zone.
Friend comfortable rolling to his right, it seems, and certainly accurate on that pass to Matos for his second touchdown of the game.
And the extra point good.
Yeah, this is MCI picking up where they left off last week. Pretty productive game, scoring 47 points against Old Town. Right now it's a matter of Foxcroft having to answer offensively or risking falling further behind, and then in the meantime trying to figure out a way to stop this offensive juggernaut of sorts from the MCI Huskies.
Will Russell, a busy man, 3 PATs. And this will be another kickoff. This one a high arcing kick. Running up on it is going to be Jeremy Richard. And after running up the field for about 6 or 7 yards. He'll be taken down at the 33-yard line of Foxcroft.
8 yards to end the first quarter.
And that'll do it for first quarter action. After one here at Alumni Field at MCI, it is the Huskies 21 and the Foxcroft Academy Ponies 7. This is the BDN Maine Game of the Week.
It's your Monday morning and your Friday night. It's your suitcase, your tour guide, and your photo booth. It's your new beginning and your fresh start. It's your library, your hotspot, and your movie theater. It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
If time is infinite, why is there never enough of it? A John Deere One Family tractor with Quick Park lets you attach and go. iMatch Quick Hitch gives you more time for what you love, so it takes less work to do more work. Auto Connect drive over mower deck? Done. They're not making any more land, but there's plenty of time if you know where to look.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
Underway here at MCI in the second quarter, 21-7. Huskies with the lead over the Ponies. McCaleb Niles, a 7-yard gain on the first play of the quarter. Now it's Nick Clausen, the quarterback for Foxcroft, rolling to his right. Fires a shot downfield.
Job there by Cameron Marsh.
28 points scored in this ballgame in the first quarter. Good defense here by MCI as Clausen could not get away from number 48, TJ Kiespert. 3-yard loss there for the Ponies. Going to bring up second down and 13. Clausen back to the huddle after running across the way to get the call from Coach Danny White. Just underway here in quarter number 2. Clausen looking to the air once again across the middle. He's got Richard. Richard heading upfield. He'll take it to the 20. First and 10 for the Ponies. Now Clausen is going to keep it on the ground. He'll take it himself. Turned around there. Taken down at the 17. Gain of about 5 on that first down play.
Gain of 5 on the play, or rather 4. Second down and 6 to go.
See if Foxcroft can punch this in. We're looking at a shootout here.
Clausen 9 touchdowns on the ground, came in with 450 yards. He's added to that total. Now he's going back to the air, looking for Richard, looking for the back shoulder, but two not on the same wavelength there. That ball about 6 yards behind the intended receiver. So it will now be third down and about 6.
At the 17-yard line.
Second leading rusher on this Pony team, McCaleb Niles. He came in with 307 yards.
But they probably are fairly close to having a similar amount of yardage total through the air.
Oh, yeah. I think they actually, yeah.
Timeout MCI. I always figured that pass defense is one of the toughest things to do for a high school football team because there are always so many teams that pass the ball very well, and it's hard to replicate it in practice. So if you have a fairly good throwing team, good quarterback, accurate quarterback, you can do a lot of good things. Kind of use the example of Scout Hegan. For the last 4 games, in 3 of those games, they passed for over 400 yards, and it's that passing offense has kind of offset a defense that has struggled somewhat this season and given the Indians a chance to do some damage in Class B North. And Foxcroft, with a veteran quarterback in Clausen and some crafty receivers, is doing a pretty good job of balancing their offense as well, spreading the field, letting playmakers that are relatively small. They don't have a lot of big playmakers. Clausen even is not that tall, but he's rugged. The other guys are not that tall either. Generally speaking, I think Hyatt Smith, probably the biggest of the receivers, is about 6'1". But to get those guys out in open space and then ideally in one-on-one situations is where they've derived a lot of their success.
Good job by the MCI band here tonight. Yeah, about 65% of Foxcroft's offense on the ground, coming in just over 1,300 yards on the ground, a little over 700 yards through the air. Clausen going to keep it himself, and he'll be tackled by Bertrand. And also in on the tackle. I didn't catch the second Husky on the play there.
I think.
Or check that. It was Bertrand and Buzzle in on the tackle.
No decision here for Foxcroft, really. 4th and 6. Have to go for it. Looked like, I'm not sure what Clausen was thinking on that play. He kind of juked right and then juked left and realized he had nowhere to go on either side, and so he absorbed the loss.
Isaac Weymouth in motion. Clausen looking downfield, and nobody there.
Tried to find Drew Danker at tight end over the middle there, but a little miscommunication. I think at the point that Danker thought that Clausen had taken off on the run with it as he was being pressured up the middle by MCI's defense, and as it was, Clausen threw while he was jumping in the air, and the incompletion gives MCI the ball, and there you have it. Really the first defensive stop of the game by either team. Foxcroft fumbled away their first possession. This time Foxcroft drove, but MCI was able to stop them.
And the Huskies keeping it on the ground. That offensive line getting a nice push there against the Foxcroft defense. That's going to be another, well, not quite. It's going to be a 2nd down and 1.
2nd down and a yard to go.
They are winning the battle in the trenches here in this first half. And once again, they keep it on the ground. Got the carry this time. That's Matos.
Matos.
With the carry.
And Matos gets the first down, so they move the chains across the way. It's going to be 1st and 10 for MCI at their own 30-yard line. A bit of a hurry-up offense here, Ernesto. And Bertrand, once again, the carry into the middle of that Foxcroft defense. A couple of ponies take him down.
Adam Bertrand with the carry for a gain of 7 on the
You want to hurry up when you can get these kind of chunks of yardage. Everybody wants the ball in their hands.
They got 3 poster boards up. They got a couple of coaches flashing signs down there. Tough to steal signs.
Yeah,
Once they got an Apple Watch.
you have to go to school if you're MCI to figure out what the plays are, but once you figure them out, you have a pretty good chance.
And that's going to be a loss there for MCI. Friend wheels, hands it off to Bertrand. And Adam Bertrand, gang tackled there by the Ponies. He is tough to take down.
gain of 4 on the play.
Got some scores to report here. Ernie Skowhegan in the first half, a 22-21 lead over Lawrence.
From the 38-yard line.
Yeah, that's a shootout. No surprise there.
Coney 14-7 over Messalonsky in the first half. Madison Mountain Valley, no score in that one. MCI is going to punt for the first time in this ball game, and Will Russell has that one go off the side of his foot. It's going to bounce out of bounds at about the 44 of Foxcroft. So they'll have good field position.
Russell's punt goes out of bounds.
And their first defensive stop of the night.
Well, I think as soon as I said the word shootout, I woke both defenses up because we've had a couple of stops here now as they start to figure out what each other is doing. And now Foxcroft here down by 2 scores. That was a huge stop by them. I mean,
Yeah.
they had to keep themselves in the game here with a stop because they were letting MCI run roughshod over them defensively. And so now with that stop, they get the ball in good field position at their own 44, and we'll see if they can creep back into this game.
Clausen from the shotgun. Couple of receivers to the right side. He's going to go to the air again. Passes high, and a nice job there coming in at the last second for MCI, David Young. And in motion, it's Richard. He's going to get the ball from the quarterback, Clausen. And not much doing there for the Ponies against that MCI defense.
Looks like Foxcroft trying to run a jet sweep there with Richard, he cut it up inside, didn't get all the way to the outside, cut it up inside, and settled for the short gain.
BDN Maine Game of the Week brought to you by Dean's Detailing. They've been Maine's auto detailing leader since 1971. Renew your vehicle's appearance, protect your auto investment. Enjoy the ride. Give them a call, 945-3016, or visit deansdetailing.com. Clausen faked the pass, now tucks it under his left arm, and he'll pick up a yard. But the Ponies will have to kick it away here. Good job there by the MCI defense. Clausen certainly multifaceted, but they corralled him.
Wow, they gave him a lot of time to think about what he's going to do with the ball, and that time forced him to pull it in and take the short gain.
Hyatt Smith, a very high punt. It's going to hit at the 25, and it's going to bounce back. And it's going to be down at the 30-yard line. And that's where MCI will start it here with 4:44 left to go in the first half. Jim Churchill along with Ernie Clark from the Bangor Daily News. We got our Sportsnet Maine crew here. Directing the show here tonight, Kim Mitchell from Digital Workshop. We got Mark Paulette from the Sportsnet Maine crew up on the roof. A couple of tough hombres up there. We got Jay Baines and Aaron Jackson.
Hopefully they're still there. Wind's blowing.
And good penetration here by the Pony defense. Bertrand the carry.
Caleb Niles again. That's a couple of good sticks he's had in the last few defensive plays for the Ponies.
Loss of 3 on the play, 2nd and 13.
3-yard loss there for the Huskies. Ryan Friend, the quarterback, he's just a freshman. And he's going to give it off here.
That's Seth Bussell,
Oh,
56. 5 yards, probably he was
Face
indeed
mask.
face mask. That makes sense with a 5-yard after the penalty.
Penalty will advance the ball across the
That was 9 yards on the run by Bussell, and then the face mask, about the only way they could figure out how to get him down, apparently.
Mentioned that shootout between Skowhegan and Lawrence Ernie. Next Friday night will be in Fairfield for Messalonsky and the Bulldogs.
That game potentially has a lot of implications in Class B North as teams look for berths in the top 2, which would give them buys.
Not much there for Pedro Matos. He's tackled by Niles and
Pedro Matos
Hyatt
on the
Smith.
carry. Tackled by Hyatt Smith after a gain of 2.
2-yard pickup there from Matos. Of course, he got things going for the Huskies early with a big 51-yard run in the first possession for MCI, and then he punched it into the end zone to make it 6-0. Right now, 21-7 Huskies. Matos in motion. Friend rolling to his right, looking for Matos. He's got him.
Apparently is going to be wiped out as a flag on the field is going for illegal procedure against the Huskies, and that's going to be wiped out, and it's going to be instead 2nd and long. But you see now on 3 different occasions the kind of passing attack that MCI has, that rollout by Friend. Not that big. Roll him out allows him to see downfield, and with the fellow like Matos in particular, a quick receiver, pretty hard for Foxcroft to guard him man-to-man, and so that creates openings. Already he's produced a touchdown pass, and that time a good gain, only to be negated by the penalty.
And, of course, a lot of attention being paid by that Foxcroft defense to guys like Adam Bertrand and Seth Buzzell, along with Matos. A couple of fakes there. Finally, Bertrand gets it. He's got some running room, and it's going to be tripped up. Along with Matos. A couple of fakes there. Finally, Bertrand gets it. He's got some running room. And it's going to be
Down.
Now here's Buzzell again. He'll get to midfield. It's going to be shy of the first down by about a yard.
Now it's 4th down and 2:26 left in the half, and MCI is going to go for it at this point. And really hard to argue that case because of the way that they've been gaining yardage.
Confidence level has to be very high. And they go right up the gut with Buzzle. He's got the first down and more. Really impressed with the freshman Ryan Friend. Been handing the ball off a lot, but when he's had the opportunity to pass, he's looked pretty cool out there.
Bertrand again on the carry.
This time a short gain for Bertrand.
Caleb Ladd with the tackle. Gain of 2 on the play, and it's third down, just over a
Couple of
yard
yards
from the
there
30-yard
for number
line.
6. Third down and a pair for MCI. And here's Friend rolling to his right. He's got Matos again, and the pass is complete. It's going to be a first down. No flags this time.
I think probably the offense was fairly basic in terms of a passing game when
Right.
we started the season with a freshman moving up from the junior high level.
Here's Bertrand switching hands. Now McCaleb Niles, a hit, and a couple more ponies in on the action. Niles, the first pony there. Hyatt Smith also in there, along with number 75, Mason McLeish.
Yeah, Foxcroft did a good job of stringing that play out. You want to get Bertrand and Buzzle in particular running east and west instead of north and south.
Here's Buzzle. He's going north and south here. And he's inside the 10. See where they spot it here. Looks like it's going to be about the 6-yard line.
It'll be first and goal from the 7-yard line.
And it's going to be first and goal for MCI. And the Huskies will take a timeout here with 31.6 up on the clock here at Alumni Fields. It's a nice high school football setting here at MCI, Ernie. You got the Institute across the way as a backdrop from our vantage point here in the press box.
A little bit of a bowl
Yeah.
situation as the school looks down on the field. And
Ryan Friend surveys the situation. Hands it off to Bertrand. Bertrand working the right side, following that big offensive line. He's still on his feet, but the whistle blows. See how far his progress took him.
Ruled down at the 4-yard line, gain of 2.
Down
Second
to
and goal.
15 seconds now. Friend hands it off inside.
no mistakes and another touchdown.
Ball is down, kick is up. It is true. 4th extra point of the evening so far for Will Russell. 7 more for MCI. Solid first half for the home team, the MCI Huskies. They lead this one 28-7. Huskies coming in with a record of 3-3. Foxcroft riding a 5-game win streak. They find themselves down by 3 scores after the first 24 minutes. Let's get you some scores. MDI, they've been on a roll. They lead Lovett to 24-0, Ernie.
Yeah, that's a pretty impressive halftime score, or at least early score. MDI, the defending Class C North champions, on near the top of the standings again this year at 5-1 with a 5-game winning streak of their own. Levitt undefeated and the number 1 team in Class C South. Long road trip from Turner Center, Maine, to
the island.
And I think not that MDI's play isn't the deciding factor, but that certainly is a little bit of a factor too. MDI, we saw earlier this season,
3rd game of the season,
an impressive win over Bucksport. Since then has added Croy Albee, who was arguably their top running back a year ago.
Right.
Suffered a knee injury late in the season last year. Suffered an ankle, Achilles type injury during preseason this year. Came back for the first time in a limited capacity last week against Waterville. But don't know if he's playing much more. I know Mark Shields, their head coach, was saying he was going to kind of gradually build him back into the lineup. And why not be anything but gradual given the success that they've had? They've been averaging over 40 points in that a game in that 5-game winning streak. But to have him back just makes a deep offensive backfield for the Trojans even that much deeper. And with 24 points in the first half, certainly they're having their success on offense.
Next week, our BDN main game of the week will be Messalonskee at Lawrence. Looking at those two teams tonight, Ernie, Skowhegan, a 30-28 lead over the Bulldogs in their game, and Messalonskee tied at 14 with Coney.
Yeah, Messalonskee was down early, has caught up to tie that game, and that Lawrence Skowhegan game is simply a matter of who has the ball last, because Skowhegan has scored. They're averaging more than 45 points a game during their last 4 games. Are only 2-2 in that stretch, and that's partly because of some defensive issues. That certainly is the case tonight. But as of right now, at least, they're able to. Their offense is able to outscore their defense, so to speak, and they're holding on to a narrow lead over Lawrence.
Brunswick looking for their first win of the season. They lead Mount Blue 18-7. Madison, the team that defeated this Foxcroft team early in the season, the first game of the season, they're playing Mountain Valley tonight, and Madison a 12-8 lead in that ball game, and Madomic a 14-7 lead over the John Babs Crusaders.
Yeah, that should be a good game. That's two teams, Madomic Valley and John Babs, kind of at the lower level of playoff contention in Class C North, and anticipated a pretty good game there. Of course, Madomic Valley, coached by Ryan Snell, who's a Brewer High lad like yourself, and son of Alan Snell, longtime official in the area, and so he's done a good job building that program at Madomic Valley from scratch. A few years back, they've got decent numbers and a good mentality down there, and they've gone about it the right way, and now they've put themselves in position to to contend for playoff berths in Class C North. So pretty competitive battle there, and there's a lot of games that mean a lot at this point of the season, whether it's to win your division, to get a bye, to host a playoff game, or just to get in. And so that's why you see a lot of these games being fairly competitive down the stretch. And this one I would say is not that competitive right now, but the turnover killed Foxcroft, and I think the presence of Pedro Matos, who hasn't really played that much this season, as you mentioned, just 54 rushing yards coming into the game, and he was an experienced player back from the previous teams that won championships. And to add him with the power game of Adam Bertrand, that is, and Bustle, boy, it makes MCI's offense something to deal with. And then you throw that running game, and the way that they've handled the freshman quarterback, Ryan Friend, he's got that one pattern that works very well for him, and that's to roll right and look for Matos out in the flat, and that's been successful 3 times in the first half, just enough to give the Ponies defense something else to think about. And right now, with that touchdown coming in the last seconds, I think 10 seconds left in the first half, it's all MCI at this point.
All right, we're going to take a quick timeout here in the midst of our halftime report. We're just a few moments away from second half action. We'll step aside here. When we come back, we'll get you some first half numbers. Again, our halftime score, it's MCI 28 and the Foxcroft Ponies 7. This is the BDN Maine Game of the Week.
Exclusive savings are happening at a Tradewinds location near you. Save big with our happy hour specials every day from 4 to 6 p.m. Grab a family-size one-topping pizza, $6.99. Get 1 pound of our tender boneless wings, $6.99. A full pound of our locally famous buffalo wings, $6.99. Or 1 pound of our crispy French fries, just $2.99. Get this bundle deal and save 50%. Score even more with extended hours on Sunday at a Tradewinds location near you.
Choosing the right school for driver's ed has never been more important. Northeast Driving School has been the leader in driver training since 1969. Greater Bangor's #1 team of instructors is experienced, professional, and dedicated to its students. Northeast offers a variety of weekday and weekend courses. Call 942-1769 or sign up at northeastdrivingschool.com.
Back here at MCI, Jim Churchill, Ernie Clark, and the entire Sportsnet Maine team for the BDN Maine Game of the Week. This week we are in Pittsfield for the game between the Foxcroft Academy Ponies and the MCI Huskies. MCI dominating the first half, Ernie, 28-7, our halftime score. Tell us the story behind the story here.
Well, one story is MCI's offense, 266 total yards in the first half, 235 on the ground, as Adam Bertrand has 103 yards. Pedro Matos has 78, including that 51-yard dash on the first play from scrimmage. And then Bustle, number 56, 7 carries, 58 yards. So a 3-headed monster offensively on the ground for MCI. Foxcroft, not terrible on the offensive side, 153 total yards, and actually pretty impressive balance, 77 through the air, 76 on the ground. Clausen with 9 carries for 49 yards, McCaleb Niles 3 carries for 24, and then Clausen 5 of 10 for 77 yards passing. So basically almost a 2-to-1 margin offensively in terms of total yardage for MCI, and that's reflected in the score.
Ponies will get the ball first here in the second half. Will Russell to kick it off once again. And a little pooch kick, and it's going to be off the legs of a Pony. Finally picked up and heading upfield. It's going to be number 35. That's R.J. Nelson. And that's where the Ponies will get things underway here in the second half. Forward progress giving him the 37-yard line of Foxcroft.
Foxcroft Academy will have first and 10 at the 37.
Ponies trailed it 14-0. Got the touchdown from Clausen to make it 14-7. But MCI, 2 more scores. One just before the end of the first quarter, and then another one in the second quarter. Here's Clausen. Good start for the Ponies. Clausen's got the first down, still on his feet, finally taken down in MCI territory. He goes down at about the 48-yard line of MCI, and that's just what the doctor ordered if you're a Pony fan.
Yeah, I mean, he is their primary ball carrier, as he was in the first half. Strong legs, strong upper body, and a veteran presence as a senior. And really, if you're Foxcroft, you just have to go out and try to establish what you do right now offensively. And they were able to do that at times in the first half. And, you know, if you get people thinking about Clausen's running game, and then perhaps that opens up the passing game, particularly to somebody like Hyatt Smith, who's been pretty quiet.
High snap and the handoff to McCaleb Niles. He can't handle it, and it's going to be recovered by MCI, picking up the loose football, TJ Kiespert. And right off the bat, Ernie, similar to the first possession by Foxcroft in the first half, a fumble here. The snap was high, and that threw off the timing a little bit there for the Ponies.
But you're right. Second play of Foxcroft's first possession in the first half. Clausen fumbled after a good game that time. Second play of first possession of the second half, and as you mentioned, just kind of a discombobulated handoff there, and Kiespert with the recovery, and MCI in great field position.
Ryan Friend to the up back. That's Seth Buzzle. Number 56 powers his way to a solid first down pickup. Gains 5 on that first down play. MCI, they ended that first half, Ernie, in a bit of an up-tempo offense, and they're right back at it here in half number 2. Handoff this time to Adam Bertrand. He'll take it inside the 35. And that's going to be close to first down yardage, very close. As the officials eye it down the line, let's see if they call out the chain gang here.
Try to find the ball.
And looks like they will.
On the field for a measurement.
You've been lacking predictions here tonight.
I think. Oh boy, that's very close. I think he's got the first down, going right to left.
Here they come. While we have a moment, we'll tell you the BDN Main Game of the Week, brought to you by Quirk Auto Group. It's your car. Find it at Quirk. And it will be a first down. Had it by about the length of a football and a half. So another first down for MCI. They are on the march once again. Mixing in a pass here and there, but for the most part here tonight, it's been that offensive line and the running of Bertrand, Buzzle, and Matos. Friend hands it off to Bertrand here. Short pickup this time.
Gain of 3 yards on the play.
3-yard pickup there for Adam Bertrand.
From the 31-yard line.
Friend barking out the signals. This time it's going to be Matos. Tries to break it to the outside, but a shoestring tackle there by Jeremy Richard. And that'll be a loss.
Pedro Matos with the carry. Tackled in the backfield by Jeremy Richard. Loss of 3 on the play.
So they gain 3 on the first down play. They lose 3 on the second down play. Let's see what the Huskies do here with a 3rd down and 10 situation. Buzzle, Bertrand in the backfield behind Friend, the freshman quarterback. And timing off there. And it's going to be Buzzle getting the call, but he goes nowhere.
Buzzle on the carry.
And it's going to be 4th down here for MCI. a rare 4th and long. Looks like the MCI offense.
Yeah, they're down inside the 35-yard line, so not that many yards to be gained by punting the football in all likelihood, so
Actually,
why not give it a go?
For the most part of the night, Foxcroft has started about the 35-yard line. Here's Bertrand, and a good pursuit this time by the Ponies, and they will take over on down. So what could have been a very tough situation for Foxcroft if MCI had been able to march down the field once again and punch it home. The Pony defense stiffens, and Nick Clausen back out there for the Ponies to lead the Foxcroft offense. Clausen from the shotgun. He's got Niles to his left, flips it to the right. Pass is complete, and heading upfield, he's got a first down and into MCI territory. Pass complete there to Cameron Marsh. There is a flag down right around the line of scrimmage.
It doesn't bode well for the Foxcroft offenses.
Danny White's not happy across the way.
Just can't seem to get anything started to speak of tonight. The case of the Ponies. Not a ton of penalties, but ill-timed penalties, and obviously the 2 turnovers they had certainly have not worked to their favor either. I haven't seen a signal yet, but I'm guessing it's probably, well, you don't know. The referee was pointing this way earlier in the game to announce penalties, but now he's pointing the other way. It looks like some sort of tripping call. And it's a big penalty, a major penalty, 10 yards marked off. And instead of having the ball up near midfield, it's first, and that looks to be 20 to me.
He moves the ball all the way back to the 23-yard line. First down for the Ponies.
So some ill-timed penalties here tonight for Foxcroft. Here's Clausen keeping it himself. Again, he's tough to bring down. It takes about 3 Huskies, but finally he is ridden down. Over the 31 goes Clausen.
On the carry.
So he'll pick up 7 or 8 on that play.
Down just across the 30-yard line. Second down and long.
For the best in John Deere sales and service is Greenway Equipment with 2 locations, one in Bangor, one in Ellsworth. Visit them at greenwayequipment.com. Like them on Facebook. Greenway Equipment, nothing runs like a Deere. Ponies to the line. Second down and 13. Clausen spins, rolls to his left. He's under pressure. The ball is fired downfield. Pass intended for Niles, but the pass is short. And now it'll be 3rd down and 13.
You can take some chances, too, when you're up 21 points in the 3rd quarter defensively. And MCI, we talked about how they've controlled the game at the line of scrimmage offensively. Well, you can see that they've been able to get pretty consistent pressure with their defensive front against Clausen when he steps back to try to pass, not giving him a lot of time to find his receivers and not giving his receivers a lot of time to get downfield.
3rd and long. Clausen fires to the right. He's got Hyatt Smith, and Smith can go nowhere. Great pursuit there by MCI. The tackle made by Kempton Roy.
With the tackle, and it's 4th down after a gain of 2.
And the Ponies will have to boot it away here. Hyatt Smith back to punt for Foxcroft. Very complete game here tonight so far for MCI. Just over 7 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter. High kick once again by Smith. Bertrand was there, but backs away from it. It's finally down by Niles of Foxcroft at the 33-yard line of MCI. And that's where the Huskies will get it started.
And all the MCI needs to do at this point is just to kind of rely on what's got them to this point, and that's a running game, which serves a dual purpose now. Not only do you try to advance the ball downfield, but you just let that clock run and try to get out of here as soon as you can, minimize the potential for mistakes, and accept the victory if you can hold on to the lead.
Bertrand the carry.
Adam Bertrand
Hit
on
at
the
about
carry.
the 38-yard
Green
line.
in on the tackle for Foxcroft.
Gain of about 4 there on first down.
Gain of about 5 on the play. Second down.
What's their
from
average
the 38-yard line.
rushing here tonight? It's going to be
Yeah,
very high.
in the first half, it was
Friend once again giving it to Bertrand. And he's still on his feet. Breaks away. He's got the first down. Knocked out of bounds on the near side. Gets some pats on the back from his teammates. He was stopped near the line of scrimmage somehow. Spun out of there and moved it upfield. Ball now with the 49 of the Huskies.
Yeah, over 7.5 yards of carry in the first half alone, and plays like that by Bertrand will not only maintain that average, but increase it.
And not everybody on the same page here for MCI. The procedure there will go against the Huskies.
MCI penalty for a false start. Moves the ball back to the 44-yard line. First and 15 from
First
the
and
44.
15 now for MCI. Ryan Friend, he was 5 for 7 in the win over Old Town in MCI's last game. MCI winning that game against the Coyotes 42-8. After the penalty, they get those 5 yards back.
And 3 for 3 in the first half for 39 yards.
Great
One
way
pass to Bertrand, and then 2 to Matos, including 1 for a touchdown.
Great way to break in a freshman quarterback having this run game. Again, they have him rolling to the right. This time he overshoots the intended receiver, Matos. Matos went down.
Third and 10 from the 49-yard line.
And
He's still
hurt,
down.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a cramp or looks like they're looking at one of his legs. Not a night that you would think that cramping would be an issue, but he went down very uncomfortably there near that Foxcroft sideline. And man down, everybody kneeling both on this side for the Huskies and across the way for the Ponies.
Boy, you hate to see that if you're MCI. I mean, you obviously hate to see one of your players get injured, but the fact that he's not played a ton lately, and you get him back, and you see his explosiveness from right at the start of the game with the 51-yard run on the first play from scrimmage. That adds a ton to what is otherwise pretty much a power offense for MCI. It adds a totally different dimension, running and in the passing game, giving Friend a swift target to throw to. So you hope it's not anything serious. But right now he's still on the ground. Just too dark. I can't see what they're doing over there, if they're dealing with a cramp or if it's something more significant. But
I thought it unusual. The pass was going to be high. He was not going to have a chance to pull it down, but
it wasn't like he
was not even making an attempt to reach up for it. He was crumbling to the ground, and now
it actually didn't surprise me that he
medical staff attending to him across the way. Coach Tom Bertrand in the area there as well.
Didn't surprise me that he didn't jump. That was well overthrown by Friend. Of course, I just talked about how he was 3 for 3 in the first half and been perfect.
Leave it to you.
But there you go. But just can't tell. Or would not want to speculate on what the situation is. But he's down for a while.
Coach Bertrand point to they've got his left leg raised over there. Now he's going to get some help, and that's a good sign. He's up on his feet. He is limping, and he's going to actually trot his way across the field. So a very good sign there for MCI. So a couple of handshakes from some of the Ponies as he makes his way back across the field. So
pretty optimistic there. You kind of hope it is just a cramp, but he's still limping, so he's going to take a seat, and or maybe he's going to take a seat. He doesn't want to, but he's going to take a seat and let the trainer deal with him a little bit more. But good to see him up, or back down as he is now. Going to get trained, and let's see if he's stretching him out.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what he's doing, isn't it?
A hammy or Actually, looks like a calf. He's working on that right calf. All right, back to the action. Here's Adam Bertrand. He's got the football again. He's got big yardage again. Goes out of bounds inside the 35 of Foxcroft.
On the carry. Gain of about 20 on the play to the 32-yard line.
20-yard pickup there for Adam Bertrand. And again, the running game of MCI. That's been the story here tonight. They lead at 28-7, looking for more here in the third quarter. Just about halfway through. Buzzell and Bertrand in the backfield. And they're going to give it to the up back. That's Buzzell. And number 56 trying to get to the 25. Another solid pickup there on first down.
Seth Buzzell on the carry.
He's going to gain 7 on that first down play.
Just more of the same for the Huskies offense.
From the 26-yard line.
You get to be 2nd and 3 or 2nd and 4. It makes things a lot easier for a quarterback, whether they're a freshman or a senior.
Bertrand this time working the left side. Hyatt Smith on the tackle there, along with McCaleb Niles.
Third down and about 2 to go from the 24-yard line.
And it's Buzzell. No room this time. He is stopped right near the line of scrimmage. They had a couple of yards to go. And they're going to be short.
No gain on the play.
And it's going to bring up fourth down.
About 2 to go, just across the 24-yard line.
Here's Friend firing downfield for Kiesbert, and the pass off his fingertips. It's incomplete.
Ryan Friend's pass incomplete.
Everybody here at Alumni Field expecting the Huskies to keep it on the ground with either Buzzell or Bertrand, but they roll Ryan Friend out to the right once again, and Kiesbert was there. Pass just a little bit high, and the Ponies will take over on downs.
That's a big stop for Foxcroft. Still 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third quarter, but it seems like plenty of time. But when you're down 3 scores, the margin for error decreases or increases with every possession that doesn't produce points.
So the Ponies with it, down by 21, 28-7. That was our score at the half. It's going to be Nick Clausen. And short gain there for Clausen. Now MCI, Ernie, they're going to finish up their season right here at Alumni Field, hosting the Winslow Black Raiders.
That's another tough task here, but if things hold up here, they certainly would go into that game with riding a pretty good dose of momentum. 2 wins in a row, and especially a win against a Foxcroft team that had come in here with 5 consecutive wins and was 5-1.
Second down and 8. Clausen to the air, fires downfield. The pass is going to be knocked down. Nice job there by Will Russell. Russell has been instrumental in the Husky effort here tonight, Ernie. He's got 4 extra points. Had the fumble recovery in the first half, and a nice job there defending that pass by Nick Clausen.
Yeah, he was right there to defend there on the inside of the receiver to knock that down. And you're right, just one of many MCI players that have contributed, starting at the line of scrimmage and then working your way back to the backfield.
Foxcroft, another road game for them to finish up the 2017 campaign. They'll be in Lincoln to take on Mattanock next week.
Yeah, Foxcroft right now, 1 loss to a crossover opponent in Madison. This is another crossover opponent where they're not in the same division.
And Clausen going for all the marbles here, but the pass is going to be picked off. The interception for MCI, courtesy of Andrew Whitaker. So in effect, Ernie, that's a lot like a punt.
That's not what you want at this point. You know,
even worse.
Third turnover of the game by the Ponies. First interception thrown by Clausen, after a couple of fumbles by the Ponies earlier in the game, that's a second turnover here in the third quarter. It's a pretty difficult way to catch up if you're turning the ball over.
Oh, there you see the pickoff there. Long pass downfield, and Whitaker right there. Pass intended for Hyatt Smith.
Adam Bertrand on the carry.
Bertrand the carry for MCI.
3-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 7 from the 34-yard line.
2nd down and 7 for the Huskies. Friend wheels, hands it off. Not much there for the Huskies. That was Whitaker with the carry there for MCI.
Andrew Whitaker with the carry.
Going to bring up 3rd down and 8 for MCI.
Loss of a yard on the play. 3rd and 8 from the 33-yard line.
Good to see old friend Joe Roberts here in the press box at MCI. See him at least once a year. Actually, this year I've seen him twice. It's a good year. Good year for seeing Joe. Here's Bertrand. And that play strung out. Now we got a flag coming in after the play.
There's a flag down at the end of the play.
Let's see if we got, it's going to be against Foxcroft. And we got a personal foul against the Ponies after the play. So that's not going to make Danny White happy, the head coach for the Ponies across the way. Get the replay here. See Matos in motion. Good to see him back on the field. Hand off here to Bertrand. And McCaleb Niles on the tackle and a late hit. A late hit there by the Ponies. Number 67, Caleb Ladd, a little tardy there on the hit. So another penalty against Foxcroft, Ernie. That's been a problem for them tonight.
Yeah, ill-timed penalties, more so than the number of them, and it's just everything not working against them, but a lot of self-inflicted mistakes by the Ponies.
The freshman, he has run about 50 yards east and west, and finally, again, showing some savvy there for a freshman, throws the ball away. He was rolling out to the right, Ernie, until he had nowhere else to go. Got to the sideline, so he reversed his field. And
I was tired watching him. But he found a receiver, so he didn't ground the ball. He saw Bertrand over along the left sideline, and
I've been impressed by him tonight. Not
really,
a lot of pass attempts, but
you take a freshman, you throw him in that kind of situation as a starting quarterback right off the bat, and the level of improvement is going to be significant right off the bat. And I think you can kind of see, I mean, he's probably not the most mature quarterback at about 14 years old yet, but you see him making smart plays that kind of defy his lack of high school experience, so to speak.
Bertrand the carry there, and Johnny Labrie, a big hit for Foxcroft. Stopping Bertrand after a gain of about 2.5. Now the inside handoff, and that is Buzzle, I believe. Yes, it is, and he'll pick up a couple of more, but it's going to be 4th down for MCI.
Gain of 2 on the play. 4th down and about 5 to go from the 46-yard line.
You get stalled there, but you really can't say enough about MCI's offensive front. I'm trying to want to get these names out. Sam Tilton, number 67. Number 77, Matthew Rummery, a senior. Tilton's a junior. P.J. Plummer, a senior. Number 78. Number 79, Harrison Seitz, just a sophomore. And number 55 is Daniel Pratt, a junior. And they've done a real good job.
Uh-oh. The punt by MCI, and the ball muffed down there by a Pony. That was Jeremy Richard, who gets to his feet. Fortunately for him, I believe it was Hyatt Smith who was there to pick up the loose football.
It was. That would have been a disaster on top of disaster there with 33 seconds left in the third quarter to give MCI the ball right in the shadow of the goalpost. As it turns out, Foxcroft has the ball at about the 5-yard line. Is that about right?
Pretty good kick there by Will Russell.
Really was just another contribution there by the Huskies
I saw
Jack of all trades.
Richard start to go down there as the ball was heading into his arms. Foxcroft keeps it, but they are in a tough spot here. Not only down by 21 points, but deep in their own territory. Clausen gets them some breathing room there with that carry. He is going to pick up about 9 yards.
Second and 1 at the 14-yard line.
Catch the Drive weekdays 4 to 6 on Sports Radio 92.9 The Ticket. The Drive, your sports, your teams, your show. And that'll do it for the third quarter. No scoring in quarter number 3. Our score at the end of 3, the same as it was after 2 here at Alumni Field, 28-7. MCI with the advantage over Foxcroft. This is the BDN Maine Game of the Week.
It's your Monday morning and your Friday night. It's your suitcase, your tour guide, and your photo booth. It's your new beginning and your fresh start. It's your library, your hotspot, and your movie theater. It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
If time is infinite, why is there never enough of it? A John Deere One Family Tractor with Quick Park lets you attach and go. iMatch Quick Hitch gives you more time for what you love, so it takes less work to do more work. Auto Connect Drive Over Mower Deck? Done. They're not making any more land, but there's plenty of time if you know where to look.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
Back here at Alumni Field, Jim Churchill along with Ernie Clark from the Bangor Daily News. BDN Maine Game of the Week this week, pitting the Foxcroft Academy Ponies against the MCI Huskies here in Pittsfield. And it's been pretty much all Huskies here tonight, 28-7, our score at the end of 3. And Foxcroft with the ball as we start the fourth quarter. Nick Clausen is going to keep it himself, and he's got the first down.
Clausen on the carry.
Clock continues to roll here. Well, actually, clock stopped as they moved the chains.
Gain of 7 on the play.
7-yard pickup there for Nick Clausen.
Foxcroft Academy at the 21-yard line.
So Foxcroft coming in first place in Class D North. Ernie, talk about some of their competitors for the North title.
Well, Bucksport is the number 2 team in the league, and like Foxcroft, actually is undefeated against LTC competition.
Niles the carry here, and he's got a first down, and trying to break that last tackle, but he can't do it, as Adam Bertrand with the tackle at the 40-yard line.
And but Foxcroft and Bucksport played just a couple of weeks ago, and the Ponies had a pretty convincing victory. Third place team right now is Mattanock Academy at 4-2, and that's who the Ponies end their regular season with next weekend. So it'll be interesting to see how that game comes out in terms of determining who plays who in the playoffs and which teams get buys.
Here's Niles again. He's got another first down. Now the Pony offense coming to life. Niles run out of bounds at the 45 of MCI.
Pretty good speed there by Niles getting to the outside. Of course, the MCI defense probably focusing most of their attention on Nick Clausen.
First and 10 for the Ponies at the 44.
Well, at the very least, the Ponies have the wind at their back here for the fourth quarter. That last interception thrown by Clausen, he threw it a long way, but he was throwing it into the wind. First and 10 for the Ponies. And we got something going on. There's going to be a penalty against Foxcroft as Richard and Cameron Marsh both were moving there.
Foxcroft Academy penalty for an illegal shift.
Got some scores to report here. Ernie, Brunswick leading Mount Blue 26-10, so it looks like Brunswick will pick up their first win of the season. Herman leading Dexter 38-13. The Hawks have been putting up some points.
They really have. They've had a great season, 4-2 going into tonight's game against a solid Dexter team, and Kyle Glantz got things going over there, first-year coach for the Hawks.
Pass complete to Hyatt Smith. He'll pick up about 6 across the way.
Pass complete to Hyatt Smith.
Edward Little leading Wyndham 14-6. He else had a great year in Class A.
Trying to stay undefeated.
Tough Wyndham team, too.
Yeah, they're the best. Wyndham's had some injuries that have hurt them in recent weeks, but right now, Edward Little, a class of Class A North now. That's not to say that they're going to go down and knock off Bonnie Eagle anytime soon, but in terms of Class A North, Edward Little doing what they can to kind of wrest the regional championship away from the Portland area teams.
Toss into the air again, and a diving attempt there by Hyatt Smith. Thought he might have got pushed a little bit across the way there, but the pass is incomplete. This is a halftime score. That's our last update, unless you have something else, Ernie. But Skowhegan 38, Lawrence 28.
We'll take a look.
That's a halftime score.
As soon as I can get my phone to turn the screen so I can read it, that always frustrates me.
A lot of things frustrate me.
Well, this is true.
Coney leading Messalonsky 21-17. That was a halftime score.
It was a 30-yard field goal in that game by Kyle Berger-Roy of Messalonsky.
Here's Jeremy Richard with the carry, and he'll take it up to the 32. That's going to be a first down for the Ponies. MDI all over Levitt, 36-0. Scarborough pounding Oxford Hills 49-0. Madison leading Mountain Valley 12-8. And Brewer over Hamden at the half 41-0.
Yeah, that's not a huge surprise there. Skowhegan 38 points and a half.
And Niles gets the call. And nothing there. He'll lose a couple of yards. And a baseball score from Houston. No score, top of the second inning between the Yankees and the Astros.
So when the Red Sox are eliminated, you root for the next closest team. Is that correct, Jim?
The next closest team. Oh, geographically. No, that would not be the case.
No.
No.
So you're a long-standing Astros fan at this point,
Oh,
are you?
yeah. I've always loved the Astros. Jimmy Wynn. You remember Jimmy Wynn?
Oh, yeah.
Toy Cannon. Oh,
Toy Cannon.
Beat me.
What is he, about 5'7", 5'8"?
Hit the ball a long way. The fake to Niles, the keep by Clausen. He's got some running room. Hits the sideline, the 10, the 5. He's in. Touchdown, Ponies. Nick Clausen. Another great run for the Foxcroft quarterback.
Yeah, 34 yards. Finally, he breaks one all the way. There's Clausen, fake the inside handoff to Caleb Niles. Big hole to the left side, and then it's just a matter of using a blocker on the outside. That's number 87, I believe.
Yeah, that's Dankert.
Dankert with a nice block there, and may have stepped out of bounds. But we're not the NFL here.
Can we slow that
we
down?
don't go to replay, and it goes for a 34-yard touchdown run. That left heel looked like it might have ticked the line, but as it is, it's a touchdown.
Stedman, the extra point to make it 28-14. Hey, take another look at that play along the sideline.
Here we go, right here. Right there.
Oh.
Right there. That looks like that might be foot on the line there, but as it is, it's a touchdown, and the lead now for MCI cut to 28-14. Still 9:23 left in the game, but
didn't use a lot of time there.
No, really didn't. And good speed to the outside by Clausen after he worked that block by Dankert to get beyond that last defender.
So the Ponies score their second touchdown of the ball game, their first here in the second half. BDN Main Game of the Week brought to you by Tradewinds Markets. Check out the happy hour specials and the Sunday football specials at Tradewinds, weekdays and Saturday 4 to 6, Sundays during the NFL season from 12 to 6. Get a family-size one-topping pizza for just $6.99. Get a pound of wings for just $6.99, or a pound of crispy fries for just $2.99. The bundle deal, get all three and save even more, all for just $12.99 at your local Tradewinds Market. Okay, so Foxcroft's going to kick it off here. Was there a penalty after that, Ernie? Look where they're kicking off from. They're kicking off from the MCI 45. Unsportsmanlike conduct against MCI. Let's see if Stedman, what he does here.
I would think this would be a perfect opportunity to try an onside kick with the ball already in MCI territory.
Just one guy back. That's Adam Bertrand.
At worst, you're going to give the ball up at about the 35, which is where most of these drives have started already tonight.
Got the hands team up at about the 35 of MCI. Just a quick question, Ernie. Would you be on the hands team?
Yes.
Really?
I would have been back in the day.
Good hands.
I didn't play football, but yes, I would say I would have been. I got big hands for my
little pooch here, and
size.
It's going to trickle into the end zone. So MCI will start at their own 20-yard line.
Well, I mean, there was an opportunity there to kick an onside kick.
Yep.
Give yourself a chance to recover the football, and they opted not to. But, I mean,
obviously with less time, they're going to do that.
They were less time they'd do it from back at the 35 or 40 where you kick off normally. But that time, again, the worst that would have happened would have been they would have given up the ball at the 35. Instead, MCI has it at the 20.
Right.
So it's 15 yards. It really, I don't know. It seemed to me it would be worth taking a shot, but.
Sounds like you're questioning Danny White.
No, I'm not questioning Danny White. I'm just, it's it's an option that
just trying to stir something up there in Foxcroft.
But it's something to consider in that kind of situation when you need a couple of scores, and the last thing you want to do is let MCI run the clock down.
All right, got a timeout on the field.
But, I mean, they're obviously showing confidence in your defense by kicking it downfield to be able to make a stop and get the ball back.
Northeast Driving School has been Maine's leader in driver education since 1969. The Northeast team is experienced, professional, and dedicated to their students. Greater Bangor's #1 is Northeast Driving School. Call 942-1769 or register at northeastdrivingschool.com. Coaches have had their says with their respective squads. MCI on offense. Actually, Tom Bertrand just leaving the field now. See what his troops do here. 1st and 10 from the 20. They keep it on the ground. They give it to Adam Bertrand, and a short gain here on 1st down. Maybe a couple yards there. Yeah, give him 2.
Bertrand on the carry. Gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8 to go from the 22-yard line.
Again, next Friday night we'll be in Fairfield. Should be a good one. Great atmosphere. Messalonsky and Lawrence.
Well, it will be. That's a rivalry game too, between the Eagles and the Bulldogs, and because so much tradition there at Keyes Field, Pete Cooper Field, in Fairfield. And there will be some meaning to that game, depending on what happens here tonight. Messalonsky and Lawrence occupying the first 2 spots in Class B North as we enter this weekend's play.
Got to give credit to the defense of Foxcroft, Ernie. They have really stiffened, especially here in the second half, have not given up a point.
Given up 1 touchdown since the first quarter, that coming with 10 seconds left before halftime. Now, it turns out to be a pivotal touchdown that MCI scored, but you're right, they have given Coach White reason to have confidence in them to kick the ball downfield on that last kickoff.
Friend's going to hand it off to Adam Bertrand, and he's going to be short of the 1st down. He picks up about 5 or 6 yards there, but tackled at about the 28-yard line. And
it's 4th and 4, and I would think MCI would be punting again. So Foxcroft will get the ball back.
3 and out.
4th down at the 27-yard line.
Russell to kick it. And this one's going to go off the side of his foot. Foxcroft's going to have great field position. The ball will come to a stop at the 44 of MCI. So a disappointing kick there for Will Russell.
So what do I know? Foxcroft gets the ball back maybe 7 or 8 yards further back than they would have had they tried an onside kick and recovered. It's funny how things work out.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You're quick to be overly elated by that turn of events. Not because you care who wins, but just because of
just so you be wrong.
Who's taking the heat.
Enjoy seeing Ernie Clark's inaccuracy. All right, Clausen's going to fire downfield. Over the middle, the pass is high again. And this time he overshoots Richard.
That's one thing at MCI. Foxcroft really hasn't got its passing game untracked like it's capable of. They've got in Richard and Hyatt Smith in particular some big playmakers, and MCI's done a pretty good job of minimizing their forays into the secondary with the ball in their hands.
Not only from a physical sense, even physics, Ernie, but having that wind at your back psychologically has to help you too.
Oh, sure. You feel like, the wind at your back, you're kind of, everything's going forward until now.
And Clausen trying to run it this time. He'll lose about 4 yards. See there, Ernie, Richard in motion. We do have a flag down. Oh, no flags down, I guess. Thought I heard flag.
No, just Harrison Seitz, the sophomore. Again, Clausen initially looking downfield, and when nothing opened up immediately, he was left to go left to right, or east or west, and Seitz was right there to make the tackle.
Time winding down, 6:40 left to go. Ponies needing a quick score here. Tough situation, 3rd and about 15, and they'll get nothing here. Another loss, so talk about a defense rising up. That is the case here. Foxcroft with great field position, but they're going in the wrong direction.
No, I mean, again, that pressure up front by MCI. There's the fake handoff, or not the fake handoff, the actual handoff, and he was fortunate to get the ball as Bussell is one of 2 guys in there for MCI. Couldn't pick up the number on the guy that made the most contact there, but it was a stop, and now Foxcroft's left to go for it on 4th and very, very long. So,
oh boy, got a double reverse here, and we've got another big-time loss. So things crumbling there for Foxcroft. Had to feel good with a good field position. Down by a couple of touchdowns, win at their back, but
yeah, Tom
3
Bertrand.
straight losses.
Tom Bertrand fired up over that turn of events there. The MCI coach is MCI not only 3 losses, but about 30, 35 yards of losses on that play. And now suddenly the field is turned and MCI has the great field position.
We're under 6 minutes. Friend hands it off to Buzzell, and he'll pick up 3 or 4 yards there.
Seth Buzzell on the carry.
So, Ernie, we talked about Class D, Foxcroft in first place. We talked about some of their competition. MCI moving up a notch to Class C, coming in the number 5 spot. Obviously, we know some of the familiar names there in Class C.
Well, certainly MDI and Winslow are the top 2 teams in the league so far. Both 5-1 this season, played in week 1. It was a 1-point win for Winslow over the Trojans at Winslow. MDI hasn't lost since then. Winslow's only loss was to Class B Lawrence, which is in that shootout with Skowhegan this evening. Surprise team of the league would be Nokomis at 5-1 entering the weekend's play. Their only loss, by the way, was to MCI, early in the season. So there's another point-worthy victory that the Huskies have, in addition to what could be a point-worthy win if they're able to hold on here for the last 4.5 minutes or so against Foxcroft. And so you've got those 3 teams at 5-1, and then you've got Oceanside at 4-2, the Rockland team. They're at Winslow tomorrow, and that's a big game. Oceanside's won 3 games in a row. That gets you to MCI, and then of course Herman at 4-2, and looking like they're on their way to a 5th win tonight in 6th place, and that's a pretty strong 6. 8 teams go in Class C North. Then you get down to teams like Waterville, like John Babs, like Madomic Valley, that are looking going into the last couple of weeks of the season with a chance to earn one of those last 2 playoff spots. So you really do have to start with MDI and Winslow clearly, but these middle teams like MCI is showing tonight certainly capable of putting a crimp in anybody's style.
First down run there, a run for first down yardage for Bertrand, and now here's Matos. And he'll break a tackle or 2 and pick up 3 or 4 yards.
You hate it when you're trying to do 2 jobs at once, and you can't get an internet connection here.
No.
I'm sitting here trying to write a story as we go.
I've got a good internet.
Not assuming anything, but I've got a card. I've got it plugged in, and I can't. I'm not drawing anything off it.
I have a jetpack too. Mine's working fine.
Well, good for you.
You can use it if you want to.
Well,
here's a fire to the right. Pass is complete. And breaking a tackle into the end zone. Touchdown, David Young. So MCI scoreless for this second half. Finally breaks through, and they extend their lead back to 3 touchdowns again, Ernie.
Yeah, that's for the Huskies. That's a touchdown that's good on a couple of fronts. It kind of secures this win to lead back up to 20 points, and it also probably makes the offense feel pretty good now. Again, they hadn't scored but 1 touchdown since the first quarter, and there's Friend showing the diversity of the MCI attack with the strong running game and finding a different receiver this time in David Young.
And this time, extra point is no good by Will Russell, who had, or was, I should say, 4 for 4 leading into that attempt. So 34-14 our score with 2:59 left to go. So again, Foxcroft will be at Madanoncook next week. And Winslow taking on MCI right here at Alumni Field. Both of those games should be very interesting. We'll be once again in Fairfield for Mesolonsky against Lawrence. And then we'll finish up the BDN Maine High School football schedule, Ernie, with a couple of postseason games. We'll see how things pan out.
Yeah, the first round in a lot of the divisions, you have just 2 quarterfinals with 6 teams going in most of the divisions. So you have 3 versus 6 and 4 versus 5. Of course, Class C, as we spoke of, 8 teams qualify for postseason play. So you get a couple of extra games there. So it's kind of a matter of waiting to see what the matchups are and trying to pick the best one.
Line drive kick. Fielded by Foxcroft. That's going to be R.J. Nelson. He'll be taken down at the 39-yard line.
R.J. Nelson, a return of 5 yards. Foxcroft Academy will have first and 10.
BDN Main Game of the Week brought to you by Quirk Auto Group. It's your car. Find it at Quirk. Ponies to the line. Clausen the quarterback. He'll be in the shotgun again. Has Niles to his right. Clausen back to pass. Looking downfield. Shoots one towards Jeremy Richard. A little behind Richard. He cannot come up with it. And it will be 2nd and 10.
3 defenders around Richard there. Ball, as you mentioned, a little bit behind, but I'm certainly thinking Richard probably thought he should have caught it. But it is interesting. I mean, you think about Foxcroft, they're undefeated in the LTC, but they're 2 losses out of conference to Madison, which is in Class D South, and now looks like to MCI, and there's a completion to Hyatt Smith. Finally get him the ball in space and a good gain.
He'll move the chains, but a 15-yard pickup there on the completion to Smith.
But generally speaking, I mean, you do find there is, in most cases, some differences when you move up or down a class. particularly when you become the big fish in the smaller pond or the little fish in the big pond if you have to move up. And I don't know if that's what we're seeing here tonight, but certainly two competitive teams in their league, and MCI with the early jump tonight. Again, the turnovers helping thwart Foxcroft early on offensively, and MCI capitalizing.
Clausen under pressure, fires it downfield right into the hands of number 76, Isaac Buzzle, the sophomore. He may not get another chance like that in his career, and to pick up an interception.
Suppose it was coming toward him in slow motion. This wobbling ball, he's got to catch it. But he's been quite a productive force for MCI, not necessarily in receiving, but in running the football and blocking, and also on the defensive end. He's another Husky who's had a big night.
Playing in the middle of that MCI defense. Looks like the Huskies are going to move to 4-3. And the Ponies are going to have their 5-game win streak snap. Clausen fires it downfield. That one's up for grabs, and it will fall to the ground. Almost picked off there by David Young, who just had the touchdown.
Yeah, Hyatt Smith turned into the defensive back on that play as Clausen couldn't get enough on it to get it over the defender, Young, and Young was in position for the interception. And we do have a flag on the play. I think I saw what I appeared to be a holding call. Yeah, but they're talking with Foxcroft, so it may be well, certainly it looks to be a defensive penalty. We gotta get the official to turn this way to make the calls here. But it is a first down. There we go, defensive holding on the Huskies. And a new set of downs for the Ponies inside the 30-yard line. So a chance to get another touchdown here before the night is through.
Ball placed at the 28-yard line. 2 minutes left to go in the ball game. And here's a fire downfield. Open is Hyatt Smith. He makes the catch, and that'll be a touchdown for the Ponies. No flags. So Nick Clausen connects with Smith.
Touchdown, Foxcroft Academy.
Ponies back on the board. So that possession, as we see the replay here, Ernie, again, wind at his back.
Yeah, and no fake. Well, actually did move up through the pocket to give himself a place to throw from, and then he just launches. And Hyatt Smith, one of the top deep receivers around, ball right into his hand. Perfect strike there in the back of the end zone before Smith went out of the end zone, and the third touchdown of the night for the Ponies.
Oh, man. No chance there for Stedman. He had like 3 Huskies in his face. And as the snap was a little off there, and MCI charging through the line, so the extra point is blocked, and the score will remain 34-20. Chilly night here, and relatively speaking.
Yeah, not bad.
Seventh week of the season. This isn't bad. When we were here last year, it was very cold.
Chilly by 2017 standards, but by most years, yeah, you start to think about layers. Right. And I did think about it a little tonight. The breeze when I get out of the car was a little cool, but absolutely great night. Probably temperatures in the upper 40s at this point, maybe 50.
Well, we should not be complaining. We got 2 guys up on the roof, Jay Baines and Aaron Jackson, who are probably a little bit cooler than we are right now. Greenway Equipment Sales is the place for the best in John Deere sales and service. They have 2 locations, one in Bangor, one in Ellsworth. Visit them at greenwayequipment.com. Like them on Facebook. Greenway Equipment, nothing runs like a deer. And here's a little pooch kick, and that ball is going to go out of bounds. Flag is dropped, and It'll be good field position for MCI.
The kickoff goes out of bounds. Illegal procedure on the kickoff against Foxcroft Academy.
34-20. See where they're going to spot the football. Take it right there at the 35-yard line. Just trying to get an update on that baseball score. Again, we'll have a full scoreboard after the ball game. Yankees and Astros, no score. Astros at the plate in the bottom of the third inning.
Final score, MTI 36, Levitt 22. Big win for the Trojans. End of the third quarter, Skowhegan 50, Lawrence 35.
Wow.
Bonnie Eagle 51, Deering nothing. Bonnie Eagle, of course, the defending state champions in Class A and undefeated again this year. Coney 27, Messalonsky 17, 5:42 left in the game. That's
what do you think of that score?
Would have to be considered an upset. Scarborough 49, Oxford Hills 0. Brunswick 38, Mount Blue 22. Looks to be about it, but a lot of important games going on here tonight. Oh, it's Lawrence scored again. It's 50-41 now, Skowhegan.
Wow. 91 points.
And it's there's still time to go here.
Catch the Drive, weekdays 4 to 6 on Sports Radio 92.9 The Ticket. Your sports, your teams, your show. Ernie had an interesting show yesterday.
Tell you what, that
Mike
was.
Flynn going into the Maine Football Ring of Honor. Of course, former Super Bowl champion, I should say, with the Baltimore Ravens. Timeout called here by Foxcroft. They trail this one 34-20. Talk with Rex Ryan, former coach of the Bills and Jets. Some interesting thoughts from Rexy, talking about the old Jets and
Patriots rivalry.
And rivalry, yep.
Yeah, he certainly a lot of respect that he showed toward Bill Belichick. I think we remember in the day that was almost like Rex would try to say something to get under Belichick's nerves during Jets week against the Patriots, but deep down, certainly a lot of respect, and of course it has to be with the number of Super Bowls and stuff. But I just had a lot of fun being there, doing those interviews with Mike DeVito, of course, who played football at the University of Maine, and then subsequently, I guess, was recruited a little bit by Mike Flynn as he came out of college as a free agent to join the Ravens. Of course, he joined Rex Ryan and the New York Jets before winding up his career in Kansas City, and you could tell the relationship between DeVito and Ryan was real and long-lasting. They had some good things to say about each other. It was fun to be able to kind of watch them have a reunion over the phone.
Right. Give another thought on that here just a second. Here's Friend handing off to Buzzle, who is not taken down. Forward progress will give the Huskies a first down, but to see the ebb and flow in that interview from Rex Ryan really getting DeVito fired up, reminiscing about those days, but the reminiscing also brought a little
some melancholy feeling. I mean, you kind of thought that
it's like we missed this.
Yeah, especially Ryan. Yeah. I mean, it was like he's just 1 year out of coaching. He got done or was let go by Buffalo after last season, and you could tell that he certainly missed it. And even Mike, who's been removed from the NFL for a couple of years now, he was getting motivated by his old coach there, and it was I say fun. It was interesting to watch the dynamic at work there, but it was I hope it was good for the listeners because it was enjoyable to be part of in the studio, no doubt about it.
Adam Bertrand, the carry there. Good pickup on first down. Time winding down, as you can see. We're under 50 seconds now in this one. Second down and 3 for the Huskies here. Husky fans will be heading home happy here tonight. Going to pick up another first down.
For a gain of 4 yards, and a Huskies first down at the 44-yard line.
And looks like the Huskies will run one more play. They're in victory formation here. It will be a win here tonight for MCI as Friend takes a knee, and that will do it. The MCI Huskies, a big win here tonight on their home field as they end a 5-game win streak for the Foxcroft Academy Ponies. MCI improves to 4-3. Foxcroft now 5-2. Our final score 34-20, and MCI really set the tone here tonight, Ernie, on their first possession, the first possession in the ball game.
Oh, it really did. First play from scrimmage, Pedro Matos, 51 yards down the sideline to set up the first touchdown of the night as the fireworks go off in the background here at Alumni Field. That just set the tone for the power running game that has been MCI's bread and butter this season, with Adam Bertrand and Bustle both doing the work inside. Foxcroft had a difficult time stopping the Huskies for the better part of the first half, particularly the first quarter. It was 21-7 after the first period, in part because of a big turnover by Foxcroft on their first possession. MCI's Russell recovered, and they went down and scored. It was 14-0 right off the bat. It was 21-7 at the end of the first quarter, 28-7 at halftime as MCI scored what turned out to be a pretty important touchdown with just 10 seconds left before intermission. Stretched that lead out. It actually was the only touchdown MCI scored for a long time until late in the fourth quarter, but Foxcroft able just to score twice in the second half to close the gap, but never to get in a position where they could really pull off the comeback.
All right, Ernie, we'll look forward to your coverage in the Bangor Daily News and at BangorDailyNews.com. Thank you very much.
Yep, go find me some Wi-Fi right now.
Good luck.
MCI football returns home next Friday
We
night,
bid adieu
7
to
o'clock
Ernie
kickoff
Clark, and we'll take a timeout here. We'll come back with the post-game report. This is the BDN Maine Game of the Week.
It's your picnic table and your park bench. It's your hotel room, your office, and your nursery. It's your first date and a shoulder to cry on. It's your barbershop, your dance floor, and your toolbox. It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
What do you get when you combine pure diesel power with 1,600 pounds of raw iron and steel? Meet the 2R Series from John Deere. Up to 32 horsepower, 4-wheel drive, cruise control, and a 6-year powertrain warranty that's best in its class. This rugged workhorse won't make your breakfast, but with quick attach features, you can do pretty much anything else. Ride one today at your John Deere dealer.
Visit Greenway Equipment in Bangor and Ellsworth, or find us online at greenwayequipment.com.
You deserve a clean car. Let Dean's take care of the details. Dean's Detailing has been Maine's auto detailing leader since 1971. Let the pros at Dean's renew your vehicle's appearance and protect your auto investment. For interior detailing, exterior detailing, and complete detailing packages, call Dean's at 945-3016 or book your appointment online at deansdetailing.com. And Dean's gift cards are the perfect fit for any special occasion. Dean's Detailing. We make used look like new.
Since 2006, we've offered free ATMs worldwide to our customers, saving them over $16 million. Bangor Savings Bank. You matter more.
Welcome back to Alumni Field. Great look there. It's MCI, Maine Central Institute here in Pittsfield. MCI, the home team here tonight, and they take a victory away from the Foxcroft Academy Ponies. The final here tonight, 34-20, as you see the post-game meeting there. Tom Bertrand talking with his victorious Huskies down on the field. All right, let's get to some highlights from this victory for MCI. First possession of the ball game, Pedro Matos had a 51-yard gain on the first play of the ball game, and then he would eventually punch one in there to give MCI a 6-0 lead. First possession here for MCI, their second play, and it's Nick Clausen faking the handoff and picking up some good yardage, but then the ball is stripped out of his left arm, and Johnny on the spot there, Will Russell, and a turnover there for Foxcroft, giving the ball back to MCI, and they would make it hurt the Ponies here as Adam Bertrand powering his way into the end zone, meeting a Pony there, but twisting his way across the end line there for the second touchdown. Here's the first touchdown of the night for Foxcroft, and it's going to be Clausen weaving his way and then diving into the end zone. And that would make it 14-6. The extra point by Stedman, good to make it 14-7. Here's the freshman quarterback, Ryan Friend. Had a good night here tonight, rolling to his right. And he finds Matos in the end zone. Another score there for MCI. And the Huskies back at it. And this would be late in the first half. And it's Seth Buzzle with the rushing touchdown there for the Huskies. They took a 28-7 lead into the half. Nice run here by Clausen, breaking it to the outside, then down the sideline. May or may not have touched the sideline right there, but call not made, and Clausen would take it in the end zone for a touchdown. And that would cut the Husky lead in half. It'd be 28-14 at that point, but MCI not done. Again, the freshman quarterback, Ryan Friend, and he finds a wide open receiver there and into the end zone for 6 more. Breaking a tackle there is David Young, and Huskies picking up another touchdown right there. Extra point, no good. And Foxcroft, their last score of the night. Clausen avoiding some pressure, fires it downfield towards the back of the end zone. Hyatt Smith on the receiving end. Touchdown Foxcroft. That would be the final score of the night. Stedman's extra point attempt was blocked, and our final score 34-20. MCI improves to 4-3. They came in the number 5 spot in the Class C North. Foxcroft sees their 5-game win streak snapped here tonight. They are 5-2. They came in number 1 in the Class D North. Let's look at some quick scores here. Scarborough wins over Oxford Hills 49-0. Skowhegan and Lawrence in quite a shootout in that one, 50-41, the latest score we have. That ball game in the fourth quarter. Brunswick picks up their first win of the year over Mount Blue. Coney in an upset right now. They're looking good against Messalonski, 27-17, our last score. MCI, big win at home over Levitt, 36-22. Levitt's first loss of the season. Both teams now 6-1. And Brewer a win over Hamden tonight as well. All right, that's going to do it for the post-game show. That's going to do it for our broadcast here tonight. We got a baseball update for you as well. No score, top of the fourth in Houston in the American League Championship Series between the Yankees and the Astros. Thanks again to Ernie Clark, my broadcast partner here tonight. Also thanks to Kim Mitchell from Digital Workshop, producing and directing this one here from Alumni Field. And thanks to Mark Paulette. He was on replays here tonight. And up on the rooftop, Aaron Jackson, Jay Baines. I see Jay Baines. I don't see Aaron Jackson. I'm getting a little concerned. We haven't seen him come down from the roof yet. All right, that's going to do it for our broadcast here tonight. I'm Jim Churchill saying so long from Pittsfield. The final score once again, MCI 34, Foxcroft 20. Join us next week. We'll be in Fairfield, Messalonski at Lawrence. It'll be a very meaningful game in the final week of the regular season. Then it's on to the postseason. This has been the BDN Maine Game of the Week.
The BDN Maine Game of the Week is presented by Quirk Auto Group. It's your car. Find it at Quirk. The BDN Maine Game of the Week is also brought to you by Tradewinds Markets, Greenway Equipment Sales, Dean's Detailing, and by Bangor Savings Bank, Northeast Driving School, and Digital Workshop. The BDN Maine Game of the Week is a production of Sportsnet Maine.